This week on Cardinals Insider.
It's always neat to be able to hang a jersey like this in your home.
Meet the newest member of the Cards bullpen, Andrew Miller. Plus,
it's easy to envision us having the ability to score runs and do it often.
We meet with Mo, the president of baseball operation, talks about the season ahead. And later,
I'm a big fan of the brisket. Did a real good job with it.
What does it take to feed the birds? Find out as we get in the kitchen at Roger Dean Stadium. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm your host, Ozzie Smith. Andrew Miller was formally introduced to the fans at winter warm-up in January, but his debut on the field came just a few weeks ago here in Jupiter. He's a big lefty with a big resume. Get to know him with this week's Player Profile.
You're a 13-year Major League Baseball veteran and simply put, one of the most dominant relievers in baseball over the last half-decade.
It's really cool. I think any organization with history like this you want to be a part of, and it's a lot of fun to wear the same uniform that so many great players in the past have worn, and it's always neat to be able to hang a jersey like this in your home. It's a lot of fun. When things are going well, nothing in the world beats the experience of standing on that mound and having success. But really fortunate to be able to play a game for a living and go out there and compete. And for me, it's a rush and something I really appreciate. I think every outing you get is a good opportunity to learn and just get that experience and hopefully calm down and settle down, because those games are as exciting as anything you'll ever pitch in. So each time you get one of those under your belt, you can breathe a little bit easier the next time out. It's been great. Communication's been awesome. I do have some ties with him due to some North Carolina people we both know, but ultimately seems like a great guy and certainly respected by the guys in the clubhouse from his past roles in the organization and the way he handled the end of last year. First of all, I don't think I have it mastered. I don't think you can master anything like that. I wish I had one person, but I've been lucky. I've worked with a lot of great coaches, and I think my slider was something probably started developing as early as high school, and from there, like I said, a lot of people have kind of add their touches to it. Been lucky to have some good people around me. I think that's the fun part of the game. When you can do a good job and a big point of the game, that's pretty rewarding. So, for me, offering flexibility to the manager, to the pitching coach is important, and really at the end of the day, winning is what matters, and anything I can do to contribute to that's important.
The Cardinals opened 2019 on March 28th in Milwaukee. In the meantime, the Cards front office is trying to trim the roster to 25. Our Brett McMillan checked in with President of Baseball Ops, John Mozeliak, to get his thoughts on the upcoming season.
With the new season comes renewed optimism and fresh faces. The 2019 Cardinals offense gained a slugger this offseason who will change the way pitchers think about the order.
When you look at our offense last year, we were very close, but now you put that type of bat in that lineup, it's easy to envision us having the ability to score runs and do it often. And one of the things too, when you think about your offense, is you want an offense that's just not reliable on home runs. You got to be able to move the lineup, and I think adding somebody like Paul into that will just make us all better.
Pitching is deep in 2019 with a mix of young and familiar. Andrew Miller was a headline acquisition this winter. He brings a tremendous resume to the bullpen and veteran leadership for the youth around him.
When you're looking at bullpen construction, obviously talent matters, and Miller checks that box. But there's also a component of that who's going to take leadership and who's going to have that role. And last year we did have a younger bullpen, and I think in this case you're having someone that brings in a lot of experience, a lot of success, and based on just his baseball IQ, from what I've been able to learn from him, he's going to make everybody out there smarter, more aware, and hopefully more effective.
The defense around the pitching has tremendous potential too. Some sure-handed returners, plus a Gold Glover now at first base, who will help eliminate potential miscues.
Go! Yes!
We feel he's going to make the whole infield better. And when you're thinking about making throws to someone that always catches the ball, you just naturally have more confidence.
A year removed from so many debuts, this roster now possesses big league familiarity, which should pay dividends through a marathon season.
naturally you think you're going to see some improvement at the big league level. So when you couple all that together, you feel pretty confident going in. And I think, sort of early view of spring training, you see a lot of energy, you see a lot of enthusiasm. I think that starts with Michael Schilt, and it's running downhill, so that's great.
For Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McMillan.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider.
This is our spring training. It's not our staff's or mine, or it's ours.
Did you miss any team news this spring? We catch you up with news and notes from the clubhouse. Also coming up,
these guys eat very well.
Time to eat. Go behind the scenes to see how the Clubhouse Kitchen operates. Welcome back. Spring training is a time of new beginnings, new faces, and breaking news. It's a lot to keep track of. And if you missed anything, we've got you covered with this week's Clubhouse Cuts.
This is our spring training. It's not our staff's or mine, or it's ours. It's a group's spring training, and what that means is we're doing it together.
It's exciting to get back out there and compete against someone in a different uniform. You know, you can only do so much against your own guys, but it's just, it's fun out there to play. That's what we're here for.
Completely well-deserved. Really, really happy for him. It's quite an honor, especially based on the staff that we have. So he's going to be our lead guy to start the season. So the more he gets to play, the more we get to become familiar. The good news is he continues to progress every time you see him. He's very, very appreciative of it. And then he's also appreciative of the atmosphere that we have here and how we go about it here. And so that says a lot to the greater good, says a lot to the clubhouse. We understand that the overall media's responsibility is to share and grow what's going on in sports and reflect what's taking place and so forth. But some positive things about a guy that's willing to appreciate where he is and what he's doing for the greater good is a heck of a story.
Straight ahead.
When you think about feeding a player, you have to think about everything as a whole.
What do big leaguers eat? We show you after the break. Plus,
spring training is a great time to get commercial shot.
Have you ever wondered how Cardinal commercials are made? Go behind the scenes later in the show.
Oh, we make them stay true. Oh, we make it hard. I'm in motion to keep it moving constantly on the grind, and I'm hoping to take it to another level this time. I'm connecting letters to send these messages from the heart, pouring it all out. Trying to think of how I should start. Oh, we make them say, we make them stay true. Oh, we make them go, we make them stay true. Oh, we make it stay true. Oh, we make it hard.
Watch Keith Hernandez.
Who will get a red jacket next? Vote at cardinals.com/HOF. There are over 200 people to feed in spring training. Now that's a tall order for the Cardinals Kitchen. Our Emily Stevens talks with the team chefs.
I'm a big fan of the brisket. Did a real good job with it.
Feeding the team at spring training is a whole different ballgame. For starters, there's 64 players, plus a training and coaching staff. Cardinals players come from all over the world, so the chefs try to prepare foods to make everybody feel at home.
Plátanos and picadillo. These guys eat very well. They avoid bread as much as possible. Sometimes they don't even eat potatoes. Some days they kill us on potatoes, so we're very, very flexible.
Feeding over 200 people requires a lot of food. So much, in fact, the chefs have to go to the grocery store twice a day.
When you think about feeding a player, you have to think about everything as a whole and not try to feed one person on the team and feed the whole team. So you have a lot of different nationalities, a lot of different backgrounds. So I try to cook for everyone as a whole.
Every meal is different and every meal is customizable. From an omelet station every morning to a fully stocked pantry, healthy meals to recharge, and lots of fluids to refuel. These guys drink a lot of water.
There is sometimes that joke, is there a little chef elf in there that automatically replaces the water? There isn't, but we try to time it to when the group comes out, we try to fill it in.
And when the days got hotter, the chefs drove 140 miles to pick up local baby green coconuts. Perfect to rehydrate after a workout in the Florida heat.
It activates through your body very quickly, so if you're getting cramps or whatever, it's like 5 times more than a banana.
You should get one.
They love that coconut water.
With local fruits and veggies available on hand, the chefs get a chance to be creative and have fun with each meal.
All the guys love paella, you know, and things of that nature. Peppers and onions and garlic and all fresh herbs, cilantro, which we grow in our garden out back.
And how much food was consumed throughout the entire duration of spring training? Well, the chefs prepared over 13,000 meals for the players, coaches, and medical staff. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Emily Stevens.
Each game, the official scorer keeps the stats you see online in the morning paper and on TV. This spring training, our Cardinals Insider cameras caught up with the man who fills the role at Roger Dean Stadium. That's this week's StubHub at the Ballpark.
Getting into the ballpark for free. That's one thing I always wanted to do.
First pitch, 108. Game time temperature, 79. Winds left to right.
Hi, my name is Lou Palmer. I'm the official scorer here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Look at that wind, it's blowing in solid. What'd you put for wind velocity, Lou?
17.
Left to right?
Left to right, yep.
It's gonna make it tough for right-handed hitters.
I'm pretty much a paper guy. Keep score, make a decision, hit or error, earned run, unearned run, that sort of thing.
Whoops, did he touch it? No, I'm going 6-3.
Sometimes you can give him an error because he was not in front of the ball. And sometimes it's got to be a base hit because it was hit too sharply. That's hard.
Look at the size of the spring training roster. It's the first question I asked a PR guy. Nobody snuck on the bus, did they? Because sometimes somebody will show up that is not listed here.
Well, you try to make sure that everybody has the right numbers, that you have the right pronunciations. You always want to pronounce a guy's name correctly. And nowadays, that's become more and more difficult.
I've got Skutnik, the pitcher.
Skutnik, correct.
I've got Civic.
Very difficult, but I think that's probably what you want to do. Make sure everybody's got the right pronunciation. Getting into the ballpark and seeing St. Louis Cardinals and whomever they're paired against in spring training. Absolute joy.
It's time for this week's trivia question brought to you by Ford. Tyler O'Neill and Dakota Hudson are the 2018 Organizational Minor League Player and Pitcher of the Year. Who was the 2017 Minor League Pitcher of the Year? Was it John Brebbia, Jordan Hicks, Jack Flaherty, or Austin Gomber? The answer when we return. We're back with the answer to this week's trivia question. We asked, who was the 2017 Minor League Pitcher of the Year? The answer is Jack Flaherty. He won the award after going 14-4 and striking out 147, splitting time between Springfield and Memphis. The big league club is loaded with young pitching, and there's still plenty left in the minors too. One of those guys is hard-throwing Ryan Helsley. He's this week's Bear Farm Report.
It definitely adds motivation. Obviously, it was a letdown, but you know, this offseason worked really hard. Just pushed myself that much more to stay healthy, and you know, I'm ready to help myself and help the team this year. It's a lot of fun to see. You know, I've pitched alongside those guys, you know, and competed with them, and you know, to see them to do it, you know, gives me that much more motivation, and you know, I'm excited. I'm a power pitcher, you know, more fastball, curveball type. Don't throw a whole lot of off speed. Just kind of go right at guys and challenge them. Just really well. It went really well. I knew Schilt from last year, got to know him, and just to kind of touch base with him and reintroduce myself and kind of see how things are going and stuff. It was nice. Just try to lock in and try to minimize it. Not try to do too much thinking. Just to go out there and try to execute. Try to be on the same page as the catcher and take it one pitch at a time.
Coming up next,
I have a blast piecing it all together, and it ends up looking really great.
do you enjoy the Cardinal commercials? Find out how they're made after the break.
Respect the game. Guap got the beat and I got the keys. Laying it down, make you move your knees with ease, please. No need to grease. Take it back and do the robot freeze. Rock him and Eric B gets a blessing. KRS-One, that's Chris One. Stop messing. This is reminiscent hip hop confession. Teach one to reach one. There's always a lesson. Respect the game.
There's a strikeout for Matty Moe to start the 7th. Got him. Strikes out Bagwell to start the 8th.
Who will get a red jacket next? Vote at cardinals.com/HOF. This season will be Mike Shilt's first full year as the big league manager. For this week's Ask a Cardinal, we asked the guys about the new skipper.
He communicates so well, whether it's his meetings or the way that he can pull you aside, and he's very, very accessible as a person and as a manager, and obviously his baseball knowledge and IQ is also off the charts.
His communication, the guys, it's unprecedented. I mean, I tell him all the time, he tells you what you need to hear. He doesn't tell you what you want to hear. And I think everybody needs that.
The communication is the best thing for him. I mean, he likes to communicate, he likes to talk with the players, he likes us to play relaxed. I mean, that's one good thing about him.
He's a great communicator, great listener, and just a fun guy to talk to, very knowledgeable about the game of baseball outside the game. So I know the guys like him, and he's a great leader.
I just appreciate how prepared he is. I appreciate how intentional he is with everything he does.
Personally, I very much like a organized kind of system and an organized schedule, and he kind of hits it right out of the park for me on that. Everything is very clear, it's very concise, and for me it's really easy to understand, so I love that about him.
Just the communication factor that he has, the ability to talk to players and communicate with players on a personal level. Shilt's one of the best at it.
I mean, I love Schilt. I have a great history with Schilt. A lot of the guys in the locker room do. That's kind of why so many dudes are behind him. But I mean, he's just a great, fresh personality. Somebody who cares so much about this game and the players on and off the field. So, playing for somebody like that obviously is very special.
You see them all the time, but do you ever wonder how Cardinal commercials are made? We've got a behind-the-scenes look at one of the newest versions coming to a screen near you.
My name is Matt Shedd, and I'm a producer for the St. Louis Cardinals, focusing on the promotional commercials that we make.
Go to the side of on the side of like you miss your mouth, yeah. Hit your cheek. Rolling and action.
Spring training is a great time to get commercial shot and to show the fans what kind of promotions we have this year, and the players are very excited and they're ready to play some baseball, and we're ready to show what we got. Well, we have tons of promotional items that we give away at the stadium, and I usually just go down the list and try to find one or two that really stand out and could be a really fun commercial spot. I usually go through and think, who does everybody want to see right now? This year we've gone a little bit towards some of the younger players because they seem to be sought after, and so we use them. Harrison Bader is very popular right now, and he really would work for any spot we could do, but he seemed to fit perfectly with our windbreaker spot. With wind and him being so fast, it just kind of seemed to click and worked out that way. One of the fun things about making these commercials is the process of thinking of the props that we have to use. A lot of times I have to go to a store and I get some funny looks when I ask for a leaf blower and some fake apples and fake leaves, So I get a couple funny looks, but I have a blast piecing it all together, and it ends up looking really great.
Awesome. That might be it right there. That was good. All right. Are we good with that, Greg? Yeah. Let's do it with the apple.
in the end, everything worked out great. We got to work with a lot of really great players and even our new manager, Mike Schilt, and we're really excited to show everybody what we have this year.
We have extreme winds in the forecast, so be careful out there.
Fight the wind with your Cardinals windbreaker. Sunday, April 7th, 30,000 fans 16 and older will take home an adult windbreaker. Tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
A reminder, we're on this station each week, and you can always find our stories online too. Visit cardinals.com/insider or the Cardinals YouTube channel. That's it for this episode. We'll talk to you next week after the regular season is underway. We leave you with the sights and sounds of spring training. It's time to fly.
Other side now.